Joining me now is Chuck Todd, moderator of Meet the Press. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning, Christy.
Governor Kemp is basically living up to his promises, and the bills he's signing should make conservatives pretty happy. So at this point, what do you think David Perdue or any other Republican running for governor, what can they do to show voters that Kemp should not be the nominee?
You know, I think they're running out of time. I mean, I think that's been the problem. David Perdue's candidacy was never about the state of Georgia. It was never about state laws. It was about Donald Trump and the 2020 election. And I think when you begin a campaign like that, and I think we've talked about this before, but in my time covering American politics, governors' races, voters look at governors' races differently than they look at races for president, Senate, or Congress. You know, the stuff in Washington, it's team blue, team red. That matters a lot. When it comes to governor, you take it more personally because governors have impact on the public safety around your neighborhoods, your public schools, you know, the tax bills that you see more frequently. Forget the IRS stuff, you know, the little things like that. So you got to have a sort of state-based reason. I think if you're going to challenge an incumbent, what's the fireable offense? And David Perdue's only been able to come up with one, and it's about the past, the 2020 election. It's not about the future, and that's another thing voters usually. You know, we all have short attention spans. We don't like to look backwards. We're always looking forwards, and candidates that look forward usually get more rewarded than candidates that look backward. So, look, unless David Perdue has some new idea that to transform state government that has nothing to do with the 2020 election and puts him on the defensive and it's somehow to his right, and I don't know what that topic is, I just don't see how he's going to break through.
Looking now to Ukraine, I think this is the first time Hillary Clinton has weighed in, at least on TV, about Ukraine, and she's a guest of yours today. What do you think her take has been so far with the Biden administration on Ukraine, and is her perspective as a former Secretary of State still valuable?
Well, look, I think the fact is this began, Putin's war in the West is more aggressive tactics, began when she got aggressive with him when she was Secretary of State. You know, she showed support for protesters, democracy protesters in Moscow, and it was something Putin took very personally. And it sort of started his sort of this focus on trying to upend her politically, but also upend what he thought was an aggressive Democratic Party against him when it came to Russian policy. So I think sort of that's the conversation I want to have with her, which is we had sort of it appeared to be a clear-eyed view of Putin, but did we drop the ball here a little bit over the last 6, 7, 8 years, and essentially let this problem fester longer than we should have?
All right, Chuck, thank you. Meet the Press airs at 10 right after 11 Alive Weekend Morning News.